Hey everybody, my name is Justin and welcome to the Akashic Update for September 2022, aka the Report from the Field, in which I share what is happening in the energetic field as reported to me from my Akashic records, things that could be affecting you energetically, emotionally, even spiritually, psychologically this month. In this report, we will be looking at the color orange is very strong in September, and I'll explain what that means, how you can work with that for your well-being in September. The convulsions of coming together and coming apart will be continuing in September, and again, the records have very strong, powerful recommendations for how to deal with that, as well as a month of moments of alone time, introspection, contemplation, how to protect that and not let resistance sabotage, as well as calling on your helpers in the unseen who are at the ready to help protect your journey. So stay tuned for the full report. Hey again, my name is Justin and welcome to the full report for September 2022. This one is a beautiful update from the records. I have my records open, helping me share with you right now what the record keepers feel is in store for this month. If you do not know what the Akashic record is, I will briefly tell you. It is the energetic imprint in consciousness of everything that has ever happened or could happen in potential. And this is a source of knowledge that people have been accessing since probably the beginning of human consciousness to get deep insight, guidance, support for any area of life. I'm a professional Akashic consultant. I help bring people into their soul's specific record. And in this video, I open the records a bit wider for the month of September to help all of us who are watching gain a little more, as I said, insight and guidance on how to weather what is going on that could be affecting you. And the first theme the record keepers want to articulate for you is the theme of the color orange. In particular, the color of a tangerine or clementine, which is a citrus fruit that is very popular in France, which is where I am right now. You can see behind me the Mediterranean. We are at a beautiful location where I spent a lot of my 20s doing meditation and contemplation and writing, and I'm back here to visit for the first time in I think more than 12 years. So it's an extraordinary blessing to be back here and to be in the beautiful vortex of energies and supportive blessings here in this part of the world, and especially to share from the Akashic records here is a great delight for me. And so the first thing they showed to me when I opened the month of September was them holding a clementine in their hands, a peeled clementine or tangerine, they're saying. It is luminous, it is almost golden, and they're showing this to symbolize a few things they want you to be mindful of in September. The first has to do with love and togetherness, or the sweetness of togetherness. This is an image that symbolizes the togetherness of your pod, your treasured people in your life that you have agreed to support and who have agreed to support you on your journey of learning here on Earth. September is a great month for being close with your pod. There is a sweetness to these relationships this month. And each piece of this pod has a part to play, and in the same way that each part of this peeled clementine or tangerine fits into make the whole. They're inviting us to savor the generosity of these relationships. When we are together in our pod, there is a natural generosity that is created that is very strong this month. It can be very hard when these close relationships feel conflicted or in disarray, or there's miscommunications. And in this month, they're saying there are strong moments of togetherness, and that you can treat this whole month almost like that delicious, perfectly ripe tangerine, and that you get to savor each part one by one. Each relationship in this pod has some amazing, beautiful offerings to be created when you are together. So look in your calendar, they're saying, look for moments where you can spend some close time with those souls in your life that you feel are of really high vibration, high value to you and your journey. This could include friends, this could include loved ones, this could include family even. So identify those souls you feel like resonate with you in that way, and be together in a loving, intimate way. September is very strong for this. The other is an energy, a continued energy of convulsion, coming together and falling apart. We've all been experiencing this for a few years now. Through the summer, there was quite a lot of this. In September, there will be continued convulsions, things coming together and things coming apart, seemingly the next week or the next day. It will not be as heavy as some of the events of this summer. It will be lighter. And it is just they're saying a symptom of the energetic storm that is migrating around the earth right now. And so whatever plans you put together, be lighthearted about them, be open-minded about them. Notice that you don't need to be right about what you have in store and what you have planned. We don't know what will truly be right and best and make us all the happiest. So invite yourself to be shown, invite yourself to be educated and edified this month about plans, and what does come up, in you as things might convulse and come apart, is for you to release. They're saying this is a good month to practice mental, emotional releasing of reactivity. They're saying especially to visualize these reactions in you traveling out of you to a sacred place on earth, to return their energy back to the earth. So we can have strong reactions come up in us, and part of a healthy response is to do something with it. So the invitation is to visualize this reactivity traveling out of you. They're saying you could even visualize it as a black liquid, or a smoke if you want, like the practice of Tonglen. And it travels to anywhere on earth you feel is pure and sacred, to return that energy, purify it, cleanse it, so that you can upgrade to presence. It is most important to practice upgrading to presence in the moments of reactivity. So you are here on earth, they are saying, for these months where things come together, can come apart, and you have your reactivity come up. And that is the moment where upgrading to presence is the most important. So again, they're saying you can visualize this reactivity in you as like a black liquid, or a tar, or like a poison that you let travel to a sacred place, which happily takes it and cleanses it and returns it to energy that the earth will happily take back. So that is the second theme for the month. The third is time for introspection. So there's a lot of moments in this month where you will have the opportunity to tend to your inner garden, to all the selves inside of you that have maybe not had enough space to be heard. The summer might have had a lot of drama and a lot of shocks, And so September, they're saying, has a lot of windows for you to go inside, be quiet, be alone, and process and listen. This is a month for big ahas and big downloads, even from the records. If you do practice this, if you have an Akashic practice yourself, or simply you have your own introspective practice that tunes your channel to receive from beyond you. This is a month for downloads and big ahas. So be mindful of the schedule and moments where you can have alone time to do journaling, to do meditating and praying, and just quiet contemplating to process the big events of your summer and the big themes of your soul's journey, your journey of learning. They're saying be mindful of the resistance in you to doing this. There's always the forces of resistance, not always, they're saying often, forces of resistance within us that want to resist against being alone or being deeply introspective. Be available to hear these resistances and these parts of you that have these resistances. Make that a part of your alone time and your introspection. Don't dismiss or try to, cleanse away, as they suggested earlier to do with some of the reactivity, but to listen. So on the one hand, in the earlier theme, there's an invitation to let old reactivity travel out of you using a visualization. But then there's parts of us that are a little more ingrained in us, that are habitual, these resistances that can be quite deep. These need to be listened to. The most important thing they're saying with this is to be a presence of listening, a presence of feeling. You don't need to cleanse or purify this. It's more about being a space in which these resistances can be heard and felt. They had a role to play in our lives, and now is the time that we can, again, upgrade all of this to presence. Fourth is you have helpers in the unseen at all times, angels at the ready for you that are willing to help you protect your path, protect your journey of learning. And in September, especially when it comes to protecting sacred time with your pod or sacred time with yourself, asking the angels to open that up for you so you can move into it will be helpful. With the convulsive energy and the energetic storm that's on the earth right now, asking the angels to help circumstances to protect your journey, to help generate space for togetherness with your pod and with yourself is a strong invitation from the records to call on your loved ones in the unseen, your protectors, your angels, your guides, your helpers. So they are definitely here. There's a lot of again, this orange, pink, almost pink orange light that they're showing me as a sign of this, as evidence of this love and care that is always in the unseen for each of us here on a journey of learning on earth. So that is the full report for September. Thank you so much for listening. I'm gonna go probably jump in some of this water now, and it's been a pleasure. And if you'd like to know more about what I do and what the Akashic Records is, there's a link to my website in the description below, as well as an invitation to my Akashic Circle, where I open the records for groups, and we can learn more about what the Akashic practice is and get started on our own Akashic practice. All right, take care, everybody. Be well.